Hi everyone, welcome back to Carl Fix. We are today going to be spray painting the back of my fish tank. I'm having some renovation done in the house, so it's the perfect time to do it. It's empty, outside and ready to go. I used to have a black vinyl wrap on the back of it, but the reason why I'm spraying it this time is because I don't know if anyone else gets this, but after having this for a couple of years now, the vinyl wrap peels off at the top, and over time you get water and things, and I have plants coming out the top of my tank as well, so you get bits of mud, water going down the back of the vinyl wrap, which makes it peel away from the glass, and also along the top edge it peels away and you can see like where it's coming away from the actual glass. So I just think painting is a better option because you're not going to get water, lime scale, food, bits, detritus going down the back of the vinyl and pulling it away from the glass and making the back of your aquarium look not as nice as it could when you're looking through it at your fish and your aquascape. So obviously it needs cleaning first, so I'm just going to clean it with some normal antibacterial. Obviously there's nothing in, I'll rinse the tank out and everything before I put fish back in it, but I'm just using this to clean it off. Obviously a microfiber cloth, and I've got a razor blade and a metal scourer to get any stubborn lime scale or anything off the tank, because you want it to be perfectly clean to paint this, or the blemishes that are going to show up. So I'll get into the cleaning now. It is actually pretty clean because I did wipe it down and scrape any terrible bits of limescale off before I decided to paint it, but you'll be able to see some bits maybe here. It is outside, obviously glaring, it's hard for you to see. So there's a bit down there that's limescale that we need to scrape off with a scraper, and there's a bit of a line where my old vinyl only come up to there, and then this was sand, so it didn't matter. So there's a bit of a limescale line where water's gone down the back and tracked and then sat at the bottom of the vinyl. This is all inside the tank. It looks pretty clean, to be fair. There was a few scratches and that about it, but it's to be expected, so let's get that bit off. I do like using these. Probably most people wouldn't advise it, and I wouldn't advise them on acrylic, but it's like little metal fibres, and as long as you put plenty of lubricant on, water, cleaner or whatever, it won't scratch your glass. Just obviously let this do the work, don't be pressing too hard. But I find it super effective for algae, for cleaning limescale and everything else. So that's now gone, so the actual back of the glass actually looks really clean. Any blemishes you can see on there are actually inside, so the next part is to obviously mask off the tank where we don't want paint to go. So while looking to clean it up to mask it off, there is some limescale just here up the side. I'm just using the razor, as you can see it scrapes it off nice and easily. That has completely disappeared, perfectly clean. Just to be masking it up with this, it's just all packing paper from an Amazon delivery, nothing special, just brown paper. So I'll get this all on and show you what it looks like once it's all masked up. So as you can see now we're all masked off on both sides. Masked off on this side, and I've put a couple of boards on the top just so you don't get any overspray in the tank. It's not actually the end of the world to get paint off glass. You can just use a razor or a scraper, but obviously the less you get in there, the less work you've got to do. So a bit of prep to start with goes a long way. Now I need to go get my paint from the shop. So I'll be back when I've got it. I'll show you what I'm using and I'll show you the spraying. So this is the paint I bought. It's just cheap black satin paint, multi-purpose paint. I think it was like £1.99 UK pounds. There was one for about £4 that was for glass as well, but they only had white, so I'm going for this. It's quite windy out here at the minute as well, but we're going to put the first coat on. Really light coat, first coat, just to get a nice layer on there, and then we'll go for the coats afterwards. So let's go for it. Hopefully I won't get in the way too much. Let's give it a good shake. You want to be 4 to 6 inches away from what you're spraying so you don't get run marks. And that is that. You can obviously see some patches where it's just the first light coat. We'll give it probably 10 minutes or so to dry, and we'll go over it with the second coat and see what it looks like after that. So yeah, we're off in for coat 2. As you can see, there's some areas where you can see through it, but I think obviously we are outside in the bright sunshine, so it will always look a bit more transparent than it does outside. Inside, I mean. This second coat you can go on a bit thicker. So as you can see, as I refocus the camera there, it's much thicker. I don't know how well that last clip come out on that second coat, because I think it might have, camera might have focused on me instead of the painting. But you can obviously see there, that second coat isn't transparent at all, and I'll come back, give it another third light coat, and that will be it all done. Alright, so here we go, third and final coat. I'll try and make it stay in focus this time. So I'll do a bit and come back. So I'm going to leave it at that. And a light coat, as you can see, it is pretty much pitch black. I'll take you around the front and show you from inside. So yeah, I just said I'm going to show you around the front, but I've taken the masking off now because it looks a lot better without the masking. As you see, the masking tape has done a great job of keeping a nice clean line, and you can see it's still wet after that third coat, so you'll be able to see some imperfection in the paint till it's fully dry, but you can see you can't see through that. And if we do go around the front, it'll be a lot of glare, but as you can see, you can't see through it at all. It's black and just reflecting back at myself. Perfect finish, and that's why I decided to use paint over wrapping again, because nothing's going to get behind the wrap and peel it off over time. And when you've got a tank this big, a 4-foot tank, you can't just move it to redo your wrap. You've got to fully take it all to pieces and move it, and it's a massive job. So painting, for me, is definitely a better idea than putting a vinyl wrap on your tank. So if you like, favourite, subscribe, tell me what you think. Don't look at my grass behind, it's been ruined by the weather. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.